Oh my gosh. So I've been thinking about songs. So Pisces got a song, and now you guys are getting a song. Hang on, let me look up the song for you guys to look up. Cause, all right, it's Malhari. So Malhari. It's an Indian. It's a Bollywood movie, but really look up this song because that's the song I'm getting for you guys. And looking at this, it's looking like there's a good reason. This is very battlefield like. If you take a look at it, you have the Ten of Swords, you have the Nine of Wands, you have the Five of Swords, you have the King of Wands, which is you guys. So yeah, Eight of Wands. You have the Ace of Swords. This is a battlefield. So let's go ahead and get into this. So right now, guys, this is all about your foundation. Where you guys are branching out, where you guys are blossoming from, where you guys are really trying to make roots, so that way you guys can begin to purge more. All right. Now, this is also about commitment. It's a higher sense of commitment for life, you guys. So this relationship that you guys are in, this could, you guys are trying to get to a place where you guys can really be happy about where you are and really achieve this sense of higher commitment. And me here, you had the Hangman. So perhaps there was a period of limbo that you guys have went through to be, and for the purpose of you seeing something from a different perspective. And I feel like that perspective can now be utilized to get you to this wonderful position, this wonderful the place of commitment, a higher place of commitment here. Now, for your current state of being, you guys have the Eight of Wands. So for a lot of you guys, y'all got hit with them arrows of love, all right? For a lot of you guys got hit with the arrows of love. You guys are in love. Things could be moving very fast. Some text messages. These are happening very fast. I feel you guys are moving. You guys are moving in the speed of light, okay? So I like this. It's not bad. However, guys, where you guys want to be, I feel like you guys want to honestly overcome this situation where you're constantly battling, you're constantly defensive, and you want to just truly just relax and be calm and be cool and not feel like you're exhausted and battered and beaten, constantly trying to build a relationship with somebody, or constantly working through difficult situations. And I feel like, honestly, you just want to just overcome this energy. You guys want to finally get to the end of the situation, the end of the circumstance, and really see the benefits that are coming out of what you guys have been fighting for so long for, okay? Getting to this, okay? You guys have been, you may not be here yet. This whole reading about your love life is about, getting to a higher place of commitment for life, you guys. So it could be like, oh, God, okay. You're working hardcore on this. All right, it's working hardcore. Yes, things move very fast. Yes, information, communication is great. However, you're exhausted, and the reason why you're not able to just kind of put the wand down and kind of relax and go ahead and take your wands home right now and complete the cycle is because of the Ten of Swords. So something happened. Or actually, maybe something hasn't hit the ground yet. Maybe there's something in regards to communication. Maybe the worst isn't actually over yet. Okay, maybe there's something that still need to be hashed out. The reason why you're still here is potentially because there hasn't been a lot of, there is something that needs to kind of hit the fan. Not in a bad way. I feel like the truth needs to come out about something, or something needs to, put in a complete end. Be put to a complete end, or just completely just die off. Something here. And the reason why the Ten of Swords is coming up is because of strength. So this could seriously be about Leo, because you do have the King of Wands. I know I said this is about you guys. Could be you, and it very well could be, because you guys are very masculine, and you guys are Aries, also fire sign. But this is double Leo energy that I'm getting here. So for a lot of you guys, it's because that you were kind of holding on and tapping into your inner strength, really pushing through a difficult situation. Okay, so so for a lot of you guys, I feel like here with the situation, you're exhausted. You're wanting to get to a place where you guys feel like you're in a relationship. You guys have gone somewhere. You guys reached a plateau, or in your relationship, and a time to celebrate, because you guys been working really hard to get to a place where there's a higher sense of commitment. However, like I said, there's something that's not finishing itself. There's something here that's not over. And I feel like it's because of it's because of some sort of, time of difficulty for a lot of you guys. It's just constant difficulty. We haven't reached the peak of whatever it is that you've been dealing with difficulty. Difficulty. You haven't reached the peak of what you've been dealing with that's been difficult. That's what I'm trying to say. Now let me go ahead and clarify this. Oh wow, judgment. Yeah, this is circumstance that's not done yet. Judgment's coming up. When judgment comes up, it's like this is a cycle and it's calling you to action, and it's a call to action pretty much. It's a transformative situation, and I don't think it's happened yet. Okay, and that explains why you have the King of Wands in your advice. I feel like it's saying it's time to take action. It's time to do something that's different. I feel like it's time to really, let those wings fly out, or let those wings, stretch out, because you're a new butterfly. Okay, when I see judgment come up, I'm thinking of the caterpillar crawling up in this cocoon. It pretty much is like a coffin, right? Like the angels here, or the people here in the bottom. They're rising out from the ashes. They're getting out of their coffins. I feel the same way about a butterfly. Butterflies, they end up dying too. Like the little caterpillars in their little coffins, their little cocoons. They die in there, right? But they end up transforming into something beautiful. They purge and they have a new life. They have a new cycle. This is their new journey. They already went through the journey of growing up, eating, and being a caterpillar. But now they're a beautiful butterfly. And I feel it's the same way. You are now a beautiful butterfly. You're going through something difficult, yes. But there is this time of difficulty, this cycle of difficulty that you're going through has changed you in such a way that you are now able to utilize the intuition, potentially that too, but the intellect and the insight that you have, in perspective even, to be able to do something that breaks the chain, that breaks the cycle, that breaks it all, that ends it all. And it has to do with this new you. Okay? This could even very well be about passion, about, feeling excitement, or, getting some sort of energy going, because you got a lot of wands going on in here. Wands, not Leo. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then Leo energy. So that's passion in itself as well. So there you got four things in here that's indicating that there's some passion that's needed, or there's a lot of passionate energy going on here. But I feel like it's about finally just going after what it is that you want, guys, and feeling good about yourself. Just doing what you want to do, being you at the end of the day. Okay. Let me get some additional information as to why the King of Wands is in your advice. Knight of Wands. Okay, so for a lot of you guys, this is possibly another individual. And Knight of Wands. Yeah, you know what? This is talking about passion, having fun. I feel like a situation that has been so serious for such a long time that there hasn't been a lot of fun. So yeah, it makes sense. So the King of Wands is coming up for a lot of you guys, and not because it's a situation that's not, I feel like the situation isn't over. I don't think there's a situation that even, could have possibly ended, right? It could have been ended really badly, and there's a recovery period, and there's not a lot of recovery done, all right? Because there's been a lot of keep going with it. It's not over yet. Like just keep moving sort of mentality despite what's happened. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, if there's a cycle that's not done yet, it's not done yet. But I feel like the worst, I feel like the worst is over. With this, when I see the Knight of Wands come up, the worst is over, because they're trying to say add fun back into the relationship. Add some passion back to the relationship. You've changed so much, but you haven't allowed yourself to really have fun or enjoy the connection that you have with your individual. That makes sense. All right. So So for a lot of you guys that don't have a situation that's over yet, I feel like it's going. Yes, there is an action. There's action that needs to be taken right now. There's action that needs to be done, and it has a lot to do with what you're passionate about. It has a lot to do with going ahead and with action that needs to be taken in regards to love. This could be in regards to being intimate with each other, even, right? But those of you that did have something end very badly, or there's something that kind of feel like you got crushed under the weight of it, then this could potentially be that it's time to add and incorporate fun, passion, become intimate with each other again. Now, I don't see any Pentacles energy, so it may not necessarily intimacy, but what I do see here is that there may need to be a little bit more fun being incorporated into your relationship, because it's been very serious for quite a bit. Serious, serious, serious. Very serious cards. Serious cards. Now, when you feel like you have the Two of Pentacles, right now you guys are looking at the practical side rather than your emotions. So it makes sense, right? If you guys have been constantly working on building with something, stable with your partner, yeah, you're not gonna really want to look at your emotions right now, because you've been going through some battles here. Okay, you've been going through some battles, but you've got it. You've made it. You've made it out. And I feel like it's just now, it's time to look at how you feel and address how you feel and really incorporate how you feel into what you do as far as fun, right? What do you need emotionally to get through this? What do you need? Because you're Aries, you need to bring your vibration up, right? You're about bringing your vibration up. So whatever it takes to bring that vibration up, I really feel like, guys, this is how, this is important. Because why the King of Wands here? Why is the Knight of Wands here? That's Leo and Sagittarius. All we need is a fire, another fire sign that represents Aries. We got the whole set in here. But fun. This is what you need. Fun. And I feel like you guys have been focusing so much on the practical side that you've been ignoring your emotions, and you haven't been giving yourself what you need emotionally to keep you guys going. Okay, because you're one of those people that listen to music and they change your mood, and you guys can really do a lot of good things, especially with different music. So Malhari, you'll be able to find it that way. I think I'll put the description. I'll put the link, or not the link, but the name of the song in the description, so you guys can listen to it. Listen to it, guys, because that's what came up for me when I read this reading. So a lot of you guys could have some situations where we're just gonna go on the path of you guys actually complete the cycle, right? Or something has ended really badly. There's a recovery period here. So the situation that's needed to be done here is about recovery, and the recovery is necessary, right? So I feel like what needs to be recovered is the passion, well, honestly, you guys are recovering now, but I feel like the best way to heal, or the best way to overcome this ending here that's happened, is to bring some sort of fun, or to bring in some sort of passion. Now, in your hopes and fears, you have the Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is indicating new truth, a new perspective. So for a lot of you guys, this could be indicating here that you may want to start something new. You want to have a new way of communicating, or you want to gain a new way of communicating. Okay, and I feel like you guys want to have clarity through the truth as well. So for some of you guys, you may be like, kind of, wanting to, get to the core essence of something with the Ace of Wands. You guys want to get the truth out of the situation. Okay? Well, you guys want to get some sort of clarity in your life, or the way, or how you guys communicate in your relationship, because there may not be a lot of clarity going on. And that's why it's so struggling. I think that's probably the struggle here, is that perhaps there is some sort of, communication blockage, potentially. Or, because there's something going on. There's something going on here in regards to your emotions. And it's transformed you, it's changed you in a big way. But it's going to require you to make the actions necessary to show how much you've changed. Alright? Now, in your outcome, you have the Five of Swords. And now the Five of Swords is parallel to the King of Swords, and they can go hand in hand. But that's kind of the negative aspects of the King of Wands, is that he can get so invested in what he's trying to do, or what he's trying to gain, what goal he's trying to get to, and he can end up doing things that he may not be so happy about doing, because he's tapped into that ruthless energy that he knows he has. So I feel like be careful about the battles that you pick. and really make sure that what you're doing is worth the time and energy. So because what you may end up doing is you may feel like what you put your heart and soul into, what you've been standing so hard for, what you've been really trying so desperately to to maintain or make or do something or to get to the Four of Wands, you may end up feeling like it may not be worth the trouble of doing X, Y, and Z. That it makes you feel comfortable, right? Steps outside your comfort zone, makes you it changes your moral thinking. Okay, but you may even end up with conflict with other individuals about certain things, and you may have to compromise here at this time as well. So there's a lot going on with you guys, Aries. So for some of you guys, it's an ending of a cycle, or you guys haven't ended a cycle, and it's because of some sort of situation where there's a struggle. You're constantly you're constantly struggling, or there's some sort of like energy where you're having to kind of carry yourself through this difficult time, and it's changed you in a very big way. So what needs to happen now is to honestly explore this new you, have a lot more fun, and I feel like really it's express yourself in a big way. Express yourself in a creative way, be creative in some sort of way. Wow, guys. All right, Aries, what's going on? What else does Aries need to know? The tribe. Okay, and that's number 8. So the tribe's talking about the people in your group that you have responsibility to, and they have responsibility to too. So it's like the loyalty card, the loyal hearts, but in a sense of a group. So this, for a lot of you guys, is maybe about family for some of you guys, and for some of you guys this could be about just straight up your partner. But what roles that you have in your group, in your relationship, that need to be played to maintain the integrity of this group, or this connection that you have with the individuals. Okay, that's what pretty much what the tribe is all about. So if there has been some serious stuff going on, some endings, some cutting away at stuff, some deadly devastating endings for a lot of you guys, or there's a situation that's not seeming to kind of stop, it hasn't reached rock bottom yet, I feel like there is a calling here. Is this a situation where you may need to do something, that you may need to say something or do something that resonates with your truth, okay? And stick by your truth. Because the King of Wands don't do anything he doesn't want to do. And I feel like you really need to come from a place of genuine intent, and you have to come from a place of authenticity, because that's what the two represent. Knight of Wands and the King of Wands are very authentic. All right, and they don't compromise for anybody. And as long as you're resonating with your truth at all times, I feel like this whole situation can potentially clear up in some way, and you guys can get to a place where you guys are more stable. But but struggles, conflicts, things like that do get you to a place of stability, and makes the connections that you have with the individuals either stronger or they break them. All right, and neither one is bad or good. Now, honesty is essential. To be a loving person, it is important that we speak truthfully and in a loving manner. All right, Aries. So, I'm not saying y'all lying or anything, and I don't think that's the case either, but it's important to communicate what your needs are within the tribe, within your family, within your relationships. Especially if you guys have been going through situations where there's a lot of struggle and there hasn't been resolution. All right, so if there hasn't been a lot of resolution in your relationship, then it's good to talk about it. If there has been resolution in your relationship, it's good to talk about what you need now in the relationship. Because if you guys have completed this cycle, right, if the things have been done, right, which I don't feel like you have, because of the Nine of Wands. For some of you guys, it has. I got a little excited because I feel like you have, but there's still a struggle here, right? For those of you that have completed the cycle, this is about completely overcoming the struggle, because you have to have a little bit more fun, and that's essential, right? You have to communicate that. For those of you that haven't completed the cycle, there's things that are still happening, they're still going on. Okay, because there's 2 messages in here. You know, things are still going on in your relationship that hasn't reached a plateau yet, that hasn't come to a head yet. I feel like there is still a need to communicate what it is that you need in this relationship, okay? So communication is key, as well as remaining honest and being open and being authentic. Because the King of Wands don't need to lie about anything, right? He's just very honest, very straight up. It's really straight up, guys.